set?
All set.
All set.
Hey, thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
This is Anthony and Frank from the Bergen Titans. We're going to do a little Q&A. So, you guys played in a different league last year?
Yeah.
Well, what league was it?
The njabl.
Jinx.
Yeah, right?
How many games did you guys play last year?
16.
How many games have you guys played this year in the ABA?
14? 14 games.
And we're 3 weeks into June.
14.
And in the other league, you played 16 games in the whole season.
Yes.
I know it. I know it.
So, in your other league, you had an 18-game season and you only played 16 games. And in the ABA, we're 3 weeks into June and you've played 14 games.
Yeah, by tomorrow we'll have 16.
And if you play on 4th of July weekend, at least another 1 or 2. Plus, there's 4 more weeks in July.
We're on track for like
20-something games. Okay. In the league you played in last year, the ABL, can you tell me a little bit about your season? Did it have any impact on your playoffs, playing only 16 and not all 18 games?
We missed playoffs by 1 game.
You missed the playoffs by 1 game.
1 game.
Did they give you an opportunity to play those last 2 games?
They said we had to start playoffs, so we couldn't play those games.
And so because you couldn't play those games because they had to start
Yeah,
playoffs.
teams were not available that we had to make them up against, so we could not play those games.
And you were just SOL.
Yeah.
Basically.
Wow.
We played an entire season for nothing.
Nice way to put it.
What did you pay for that season?
It ended up being 2,200,
yeah.
2,300, right around
Something like that.
area.
About $2,300.
$2,300 to only play 16 games?
Yeah.
And to get screwed out of the playoffs?
Yeah, by 1 game.
Wow, by 1 game.
It's a
So
real expensive game.
if you would have played those 2 games, chances are you would have made
our
it.
stride at the end of the year. We would have at least split and made it.
Yeah. And then if you make the playoffs, then it's at least worth the $2,300 you're spending, because now you're in at least the playoffs.
Right.
That would at least made it, but missing it by 1 game is...
Do you think
That's tough.
$2,300 is worth it to play in any kind of league?
No.
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 You know, even if it's 16 games?
I mean, if it's a 25 game and up season, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
You guys, we
Like-
paid what, $1,900 for this league?
Yeah.
We paid
Yeah.
$1,900 for this league. We played 14 games so far,
Yeah.
and we got to play against a national baseball team.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And
we
we
got
got
to
to
play
play
national.
national baseball
It was
team,
cool
yeah.
as hell. And you have a home run derby and an all-star game.
And you know your schedule every single week. You know who you're playing. You know,
And if you call us, we pick up.
most of the time.
I told you during a game.
Right.
During a game.
Yeah, during a game.
What about the competition between the 2
Oh,
leagues?
everything's very good. You know, all the competition's up to perfect.
And you guys are like in a middle division.
Yeah.
So
I
the
mean, everything's and you know, for the most part, all the teams. You know, for the most
For
of
the
the
most
teams,
part, are
most
pretty
of the
cool.
teams are. Yeah, all the guys are pretty cool. I mean, everybody's a pleasure to play with it in the league. It's competitive, and you want that. You want everybody to be competitive, to know they're playing for something at least.
I want to ask you about scheduling, because you had mentioned scheduling. We have a schedule out every week that you guys can see. So, in the ABL, did you ever hear, or did you ever receive a phone call on Saturday night, or did they ever tell you, we don't know where you're playing on Sunday yet?
Frank would get a call like 10 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. Then you got to scramble guys together at the last minute. And, it's always good to know ahead of time to be, proactive.
Right now, we're scheduled in the ABA 8 games ahead
Yeah.
at this point in the season.
Right, the last week.
5 weeks, so that's 10 games.
Well,
At least 9 games out of that.
Yeah, well, the last week of July, we still have to load up because that's makeup weekend.
Makeup
And
weekend.
we still have to make up
And we
too.
still have those 2.
We have to make up 2
Right, makeup weekend.
Yeah.
So, how many times did that happen last year where they would tell you on a Saturday or a Saturday night where you were playing on Sunday?
I can remember 2 specific times that it definitely happened. And then there was several times we didn't know until like Thursday or Friday of the week, before Sunday.
So to recap, you paid $2,300, of which they actually you told me they wanted more from you.
Yeah, he hit me up with an email earlier in the year saying I still owed him $300.
So they wanted $2,600 for 16 games.
Granted, we were on a payment plan with them, but
Right.
still, I mean, what are they, loan sharks? You know,
Right, it's baseball league, right?
Dude,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So $2,600 for a 16-game season, of which you got screwed out of the playoffs because you didn't get to play your last 2 games. You just needed to win 1 game to make it into the playoffs, or at least make it interesting. But you didn't have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, pretty much.
And at least twice you were told on Saturday night where your game was on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Meanwhile, needed 2.
Can I say wow?
Yeah, you can say wow.
Okay.
Say a
Would
lot
you
of-
say wow?
I would say a lot of other things.
What other things would you say?
I don't know. Wow's a good one. For
Okay.
now. Wow's
Keep
a good
it
one for now.
PG-13?
Yeah,
All right.
keep it PG.
Did they ever? What about their phone calls, their emails? Did they respond? Was there communication? Like compare their communication to like our communication.
It wasn't timely. Like I said, I talked to you during the game before.
Yeah, during the game.
Did you ever see them at any of your games?
No.
Did you ever see them during the year?
I met somebody to pick up baseballs one time. That was about it. I never saw anybody else.
I never met.
I don't even know if that was him or not.
What about like the atmosphere in the league? Was it like cool? Was it like
I mean, we were playing-
standoffish?
No, we were playing baseball. It was fine. You know, it was baseball. You know, like I said, a Sunday league is a Sunday league. You know, everybody's not playing every day, so the competitions were going to be there. You know.
But once everybody
No matter what.
gets on the field, it's always the
But
same.
however,
Everyone wants to play.
midway through the season, you're playing against teams.
It's not
that
Sunday
have
softball,
physical
you know, it's
t-shirts.
Sunday baseball. So everybody, you have to play.
Did you ever play on a softball field?
No,
Okay.
we've never played on a softball field.
Okay. You're lucky.
Skin field,
That is softball.
is it?
No, like an actual softball field,
No.
without a mound with like a softball rubber.
No.
Okay.
That's never happened
You're lucky.
before. I'm
Um,
assuming that's happened before.
and Frank, you actually wrote me like a quick testimonial once earlier in the year, and you got a reaction to that from the ABL.
Yeah, they wrote me an email.
Who was it?
I believe it was Tim.
Tim Ritchie.
Yeah.
And what did he say? What happened?
He just said, I don't know why there's any kind of animosity between us or anything like that. I really didn't understand why he would send something like that. And he should understand why there should be some kind of animosity. And knew why I didn't come back to the league. You know, he sent me like 50 emails, you know, telling me when stuff was starting up. Didn't respond to anything. And called you up and we figured out what we were going to play. And when we were posted to your team, he tried to get in touch with me like, why are you doing this to me? Like, why am I doing this to you? Why did you do that to me?
Right.
You know?
How are you? How's your season so far? You guys having fun?
Oh, great time.
Oh, in this league? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely great time.
You know that.
Like night and day?
I was,
Yeah,
I was planning on
it's
retiring
always-
this year.
it's-
Now I'm thinking about playing.
I mean, we've been,
season or two.
you know, for everybody, you know, that hasn't been playing in your league for a long time. This is the 14th, maybe 14th year I've played in the ABA, and never a problem. I can't remember one problem with you or Jason that has ever occurred ever with a team, a player, nothing. Like everything's always settled, everything's always taken care of. If you need something, bam, you guys are there.
You know,
That takes a long, 14 years of that. That's just at the end of the day, it's just dedication.
there's nothing's perfect. No league is perfect. There's so many moving parts. You know, and we can't control everything because all these people make their own decisions. You know, they have their own ideas about things, and things happen. You know, umpires get sick at the last minute.
Yeah.
You know, or if the field gets rained out, or like you've played at Stevens Field before. You know that field doesn't hold any water. You know, so I'm sure I've relocated you in the past.
A bunch of times, and over the years, there's always been like an obstacle, but it gets taken care of.
Right. I mean, and that's the thing is,
Yeah,
if we can resolve your situation quickly, like it might not be the answer.
If
you
it was
want.
perfect, you wouldn't be here.
Right. If it was perfect.
If it was perfect, we wouldn't need Larry.
Right.
But we need Larry. So
We need Larry.
We need Larry.
I need me.
We need Larry.
I need
So the ABA can't function with those two guys, you and Jason.
I can appreciate that.
It can't function. I don't think anybody else can. If you're not here, the ABA's not there, so it doesn't function without you. You know.
We try.
Yeah, you guys do a good job.
I mean,
do a little
you
more
guys
to try.
you guys pay us a fee, and we do work for you.
I mean, that's how it should work. You do a nice service.
Well, thanks, sir. I appreciate that. Is there anything else you guys want to add or comment or say?
No.
No, just it's been a great experience so far.
Yeah.
And we have like
when is the home run derby again?
your home run derby is an hour and a half before your game time on the backfield. You're the NJ Wood, so then your home run derby is 2:30. Your All-Star game's 4 o'clock.
We doing
What's
this on
that?
camera right now?
Yeah, why not?
This on camera.
Absolutely, why not?
Yeah, who cares?
I'm going back for my title.
Come and watch
I'm going
us.
back.
Yeah, watch the home run
I
derby.
can reclaim my title.
Thanks for coming. I do appreciate
All right.
it.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Hey, and we're giving out, you know those? Did you see the Victus Bats, the cherry red Victus
You know,
Bats? That's
I
it
entered
for the home run derby winner for each one is getting a bat.
I enter these raffles.
Oh, yeah.
Just pull my name out.
We have to be fair and impartial. Thanks, guys.
All right, you're welcome.
Take care, everybody.
See you later, guys. There you go. Rock it out.